In this letter, dated October 6, 1941, John Calhoun is writing to his dearest wife, Dorothea. He tells her that he has recently been approved for a week's furlough, or time off, from the National Guard. John's aim is to get Dorothea to free up her schedule and to make her excited for the things that they will do together when he is on vacation. We can see many rhetorical strategies at work, all to persuade his darling wife. In this letter, we see John writes to Dorothea about how busy he and his fellow soldiers were the past weekend, and how just now he is able to write to her. Rhetorically, this is known as a hamartia, or a tactical flaw. By stating how busy he was at the base, undoubtedly in the service of his country, he builds emotional support for his letter. His audience, Dorothea, has no choice but to feel sympathetic for John, and is further influenced to free up her time during his furlough. Furthermore, John makes an effort to persuade her emotions by saying how he would have loved to being with her so much and would have enjoyed driving her home from her trip while she slept. This, without a doubt, is John trying to invoke desire in Dorothea, pushing her towards action rather than just provoking thought. I found that the world that John Calhoun inhabited was ignorant of the full strength of the Axis powers. In fact, it would be 2 full months before the events of the day that will live down in infamy took place. America knew of the war in Europe and of the rising tensions in the Pacific, but no troops had been deployed. On the day that this letter was written, the Germans had pushed their way into Russia, and the Battle of Leningrad was raging on. From these tumultuous times, we can see that John's letter and his message is untouched by the war. He is not concerned with the Nazi regime, nor does he mention any conflict at all. All he is worried about is seeing his darling Dorothea. What would the letter have sounded like if it had been written just 2 months later, after the attack on Pearl Harbor? How would his message be changed? Would he even have been granted furlough? Beyond any speculation, we can see that the innocence of the times and the lack of U.S. involvement in the war has given John hope. And it is this hope that John would surely call upon when he serves overseas.